Iran launched a new missile and drone barrage at Israel overnight, in retaliation to earlier Israeli strikes on Iranian targets. Missiles struck major cities including Tel Aviv and Haifa, breaching parts of Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system, causing casualties and structural damage. The attack, dubbed True Promise 3, comprised hundreds of ballistic missiles and drones aimed at military, civilian, and scientific infrastructure across Israel. At least 10 people were killed and over 200 injured in residential neighborhoods near Bat Yam and the Galilee after missile impacts. Sirens echoed through major population centers as air raid warnings forced residents into bomb shelters for several hours during the assault. Videos captured fires at oil refineries and explosions in residential zones, stirring panic and chaos in neighborhoods without immediate defense coverage. In response, Israel immediately launched multiple airstrikes targeting Tehran's defense ministry, nuclear enrichment sites, and energy installations across central Iran. Fire erupted at an oil depot north of Tehran following Israeli strikes, reported by Iranian officials as carrying significant infrastructural damage. Tensions escalated as Iran's Red Crescent confirmed multiple casualties among civilians, including women and children, following Israeli retaliation strikes in urban areas. Israel's prime minister pledged to continue air operations until Iranian nuclear and missile threats are neutralized, calling it necessary for national defense. The United States, while not participating directly, provided technical support to Israel's missile defense efforts and urged de-escalation between the two nations. Iran's supreme leader vowed fierce retaliation, warning that Israel and its allies must expect consequences if further military aggression persists. Regional leaders and international bodies issued urgent calls for restraint to prevent the conflict from spiraling into a broader Middle Eastern war. Oil prices jumped and global markets fell amid fears of an expanding conflict, highlighting geopolitical instability and investor concern. Air traffic advisories disrupted weddings, business travel, and tourism across the region as airlines rerouted flights to avoid conflict zones. Humanitarian organizations warned of civilian suffering, urging aid corridors and medical support for affected populations in both Israel and Iran. Public anxiety surged in urban centers across the Middle East, with many fearing a wider regional conflagration and further military escalation. Security analysts warned the bombing marks the most intense Israel-Iran exchange in decades, rekindling fears reminiscent of the Iran-Iraq war escalation. Both nations remain locked in an active state of military engagement, with no ceasefire visible on the horizon amidst escalating tension.